obsolete, Mr. Wordsworth.
Lie. No man is obsolete.
It's a cookbook.
Who are we?
When will they take the bandages off?
You're a bad man. You're a very bad man.
This lemon sucker here. He's the most suspicious of the bunch.
My name is Talkie Tina, and I'm beginning to hate you.
I believe you're going my way.
Live from Willoughby at the heart of the Twilight Zone. Here are your hosts, Alex and Tyler, the prestigiously perfect podcast in which we call The Twilight Gnome.
What is up, Gnomies? I'm Alex.
And I'm Tyler.
Welcome to the Twilight Gnome Podcast, episode 45. What episode are we going to be discussing this week, Ty?
This week we are discussing Long Distance Call.
Season 2, episode 22. The original air date, March 31st, 1961. This was written by Charles Beaumont. He did the teleplay. It was originally a short story by someone else. And this was directed by James Sheldon.
Oh.
Do you remember James Sheldon?
No. Was he a bad director or a good director?
You be the judge. He did 6 Twilight Zone episodes in total. He did The Whole Truth, Long Distance Call, Penny for Your Thoughts, It's a Good Life, Still Valley, and I Sing the Body Electric.
So he must enjoy Boomy's work there if he had
Bill
him in,
Mumy.
Bill Mumy if he had him in twice.
Yeah. And he also, it's been a while, he directed 10 episodes of Mr. Peepers.
Ooh.
Sex fiend. Sex fiend. Sex fiend. Hey, I'll get a towel. Sex fiend. Ellie's not that kind of a girl. Sex fiend.
Yeah, I think it's been like over a month since we have been able to play that clip.
I hear Grandma's not that type of girl.
Grandma's definitely that type of girl. All right, we'll jump right into it. Ty, what was your favorite moment from this episode?
My favorite moment came near the very end when the dad's upstairs and he's talking on the toy telephone and he's trying to talk with his dead mother, and he lists all the things that Billy's going to miss out on, and one of them that he includes is long pants, which I just found to be the most ridiculous thing that he's going to miss out on.
My favorite moment was also that speech. That was incredibly, it almost had me on the verge of tears, and then he says the long pants thing, and I just can't get over that, but it is such a good moment. It had the potential to be an incredible moment.
The whole thing was just funny for me. I lost it when I heard the long pants.
We have the technology to rebuild it.
Doctor, what have you created?
I am, for all intent and purposes, AI Serling.
So every week I put a prompt into ChatGPT, come up with a Rod Serling style intro, and this week it came up with this. It's a little bit long, but I think you're going to like it.
All right.
Meet Billy, age 6, the very definition of wide-eyed innocence. Today is his birthday, and among the gifts of plastic toys and sugary treats comes something different, something simple, something timeless. A toy telephone, given by the loving hands of a grandmother who believes in more than what the eye can see. But gifts, like love, sometimes come with strings attached, strings that tug at the veil separating life from what lies beyond. Billy's parents, Sylvia and Chris, will soon discover that their son's new toy isn't just a way to play pretend. It's a direct line to a place where whispered voices carry secrets no living soul is meant to hear. For Billy, it's an adventure. For his parents, it's a nightmare. For all of them, it's a journey into a shadowy realm found not on any map, but in a little corner known as the Twilight Zone.
I really like that. I like the whole about love coming with strings attached kind of line. One, just to be nitpicky though, one thing I did, he's not 6, he's 5.
I thought it was his 6th birthday.
He has 5 candles, so if it is his 6th birthday, his parents are idiots.
I'm pretty sure it's his 6th birthday.
Then why put 5 candles?
I'm pretty sure Rod even says it too.
I
could have misread it if I told it to say 6 because I'm pretty sure it said 6.
I was looking based off of the number of candles on his cake.
His dad might have, and he's only 5. I don't know. I thought 6. That was my fuck up.
All right.
Don't blame the AI. Every week, Tyler and I come up with a few questions for each other to keep each other on our toes while watching said episode. This week, I kind of find it hard to come up with some, but I did
found
get
it
3.
Extremely hard. I ended up getting 3, but it was a stretch.
Same. They're very spread out.
Yeah.
what is it? It's
Odd
45,
number.
so it's you.
All right. On his first call to Grandma in the afterlife, what did Billy say he had for lunch?
That's mine. Weenies.
Yeah.
Fucking pretty funny.
Yeah.
I had weenies for lunch.
I mean, who doesn't love hot dogs? They're awesome.
Oh, he was eating hot dogs. What story was Grandma telling Billy over the phone?
Peter Pan. Hooray for Peter Pan.
Yep. Land ho!
Land ho! All right. How long did Mr. Peterson wait in the house?
45 minutes?
20 minutes.
Damn it. What is painted on Billy's floor?
A bunch of creepy-ass clowns in a circle.
Yeah.
So creepy. Everything about his room's creepy.
He's a creepy little kid.
He is. Bill Mumy is a creepy guy.
Sorry, Bill, if you're listening.
What is lying just inside the door on the left as you enter Billy's room in the last scene?
Jeez.
I know I went really pedantic with this.
A stuffed animal.
It's a wagon.
Nah, that's a wagon wheel.
Wagon wheel.
All right, we'll jump right into the plot of this one then. So we open up on a grandma and the dad coming down the stairs.
And was this video episode? It looked really bad.
Yes, this is one of the 6 video episodes.
Oh, so number 2.
It's funny because the first time when we did was Night of the Meek, which was the first videotaped episode, and this was the last videotaped episode.
Oh.
So the grandma and the dad are coming downstairs, and they're kind of arguing like, Ma, you're going to go back upstairs in like 2 minutes. Yeah.
I felt bad for her. She's like, I always follow the rules. And it's like, do you live in a prison? Like...
Right. They walk into the kitchen, and there's a little boy there, and it's clearly his birthday. The mom's like, oh, you forgot your little birthday hat. She puts his birthday hat on him. And the grandma walks into the room, and Billy's just like, Grandma, my angel. And the dad's just like, don't exert yourself, Ma. She tries to pick him up.
Exert
Yourself. What did I say?
Exert.
That's a word. But anyway, he says, don't exert yourself, Ma. And do you notice, I don't know if it's probably because they didn't have the rights to the happy birthday song. They're just like, close your eyes. Happy birthday.
I was thinking the exact same thing when I was watching it, because it is, oddly enough, that song's not as old as you think, so it's not in the public domain. So, which is why, like, when you go to a restaurant, they never sing happy birthday. It's always, like...
That's kind of weird.
Some other
You'd think that song would doesn't Michael Jackson own the rights to happy birthday? I'm pretty sure, if that was a rumor, I'm pretty sure he did.
Maybe. That'd be a crazy, interesting fact.
But, they tell him to blow out the candles, and then Grandma's like, "Did you make a wish, Billy? Tell Grandma." And he tells her.
And then he won't tell the mom, because it's a secret wish between Billy and Grandma.
Already we can tell that their relationship is a little strange. And you can kind of see from the mom's point of view of, like, what the fuck?
But at the same time, it's, like, cute, and, like, it doesn't seem harmful at this point yet. It just seems like, oh, like, he's really close with his grandma, like...
But it definitely, we'll see it crosses the line.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and then it's at this point that they start eating the cake, and Billy's just eating it like a fucking animal.
He's going to town with both hands, like no fork, no knife, not even a plate, just like fisting it into his mouth.
And Grandma's just, oh, Billy, my little boy, my little fucking goofball, cleaning his face with a napkin. And it's... Obviously, when it's your kids and stuff like that, you like, oh, it's so cute. But like seeing it from an outside perspective, you're like, ugh.
I mean, like at the age of 5, I would expect him to like not make a complete mess. Like if it's like your first or second birthday, like sure, like you're gonna be messy with it. But like you're 5, maybe don't eat with your hands.
Right.
Cake.
And then it's at this point that the grandmother's just like, I have something to say.
I like how she asked, could I say something? Like, you could just say it. I hate people that ask rhetorical questions like that, where it's like, can I say something? Well, you just did.
He gave me life again. An old woman, good for nothing no more but to complain.
Why are you crying, Grandma?
I don't know, my angel. Maybe because I won't be here with you for very long.
The parents quickly interject and like try and change the subject. Ma, you're kind of scaring the kid.
I mean, yeah. I mean, on one hand, I kind of get you want to keep it light. It's a birthday, but at one point too, you also want to be truthful with him, and like you don't want to like lie and be like, oh, she's just going away. Like it is a fact that at some point she is gonna die, and she probably senses it and just wants to let him know how much she loves him. And I don't know. It's one of those tough lines to walk. Like, how much do you tell kids about death and stuff?
True. And then the dad kind of breaks the ice with, it's time for presents. Let's go open some presents. And it's at this point that you can see already Grandma's like very short of breath, even when she was trying to tell Billy about like blowing out the candles. So obviously she's right on death's door here, as we will soon find out. Billy's in the living room with a toy gun, which the toy gun is so much cooler than the phone. Why he would not play with that instead of the phone?
Well, because I mean, like, you probably teach your kids manners, like the rate, like you gotta at least pretend to enjoy it a little bit at first.
Yeah.
But what's so annoying that Grandma does at this point, she's like, the mom's about to hand him a special present. She has to steal all the attention away and be like, no, look at the Grandma's toy. Like, it's so much better.
She definitely does a lot of like passive aggressive shit to the mom.
A lot.
A woman stole my son away from me.
I will not speak her name.
Yep. So Grandma's just like, come open this present, Billy. And it's a telephone. And she's like, oh, it's for you. You can talk to Grandma whenever you want. It's so hard to not do her voice.
It is
when
so
I'm
hard.
talking about
I know, I'm
it.
like, it's just fun. It's for fun.
It's just for fun. And then she's like, oh, who is this? It's Billy. Oh, hi, Billy. This is Grandma.
Who am I speaking to? Billy.
And then she stands up real quick, and we can tell something's wrong. And she's like, Chris, take me upstairs now. Like she's about to die, or she knows something very bad's about to happen that she doesn't want Billy to see.
Why keep her in an upstairs room if she's like having trouble breathing? You think they'd? I mean, I guess maybe
I don't think a lot of houses have rooms downstairs, especially back in the day, like colonials like that.
Makes sense. I don't know. They could always convert like the living room or something to have a bed. Make it easier for her. She doesn't have to walk up those stairs.
But as she's leaving, she tells Billy, you can talk to me anytime you'd like on the phone, and I will hear you. And then Rod brings us in.
Awkward Rod intro.
Yeah.
As must be obvious, this is a house hovered over by Mr. Death, that omnipresent player to the third and final act of every life. And it's been said, and probably rightfully so, that what follows this life is one of the unfathomable mysteries, an area of darkness which we the living reserve for the dead. Or so it is said. For in a moment, a child will try to cross that bridge which separates light and shadow. And of course, he must take the only known route, that indistinct highway, through the region we call the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, very awkward for a couple reasons. One, it's not the same room that we were just looking at. Like when they went up the stairs, he should have came out from the foyer there, but instead he's in the dining room, and he has a bunch of obstacles. Like he tries to like fumble around a chair, like, oh, fuck this stupid fucking thing.
Yeah, like if they'd done like the quick pans, I like those.
Whip pans.
The whip pan, when they whip pan to him in like some spot, like that's a lot better. But he like awkwardly has to walk across the room, like you were saying. It's like, surprise! I was here the whole time, hiding in the kitchen,
eating a piece of birthday cake with the birthday hat on and shit.
That would have been that would have been funny, kind of like tying it.
And
into
at the end, when he goes,
scene.
the Twilight Zone, he blows one of those.
that would have been funny.
The next shot, the doctor's in Grandma's room, and then it's not looking so good. He goes downstairs, gives the dad a little head shake, like a, no, it ain't happening. She's dead, buddy. And they ask, can we go see her? And he's
she might not remember you.
Yeah, first he's like, no, you can't, you shouldn't. Oh, okay, you can. And then it happens just a second, and in a minute too, because Billy's like, can we go see him? No, you can't go see her, Billy. Okay, yes, you can. We didn't need any of this to happen, but anyway, they go upstairs to see Grandma, but before they do, the dad's like, all right, now listen, Billy, Grandma might have a little, be acting a little funny because of all the medication she's on. And I was just waiting for like old German shit to come up when he goes out there.
Is she German?
Yeah.
Oh. I can't tell the accents.
Tyler, was she Chinese? Yeah, and then the dad blows the kid's nose, which obviously I do for my son all the time, but it's very weird for an actor to do it from some other fucking kid. I would never do that.
No, it seemed natural. Like, I mean, yes, obviously us watching, we know they're both actors, but I mean, like, for the scene, it works. It makes sense.
They walk into the room. They see Grandma. Grandma's all excited to see Billy, and Billy's like, are you sick? And she's like, not anymore. And then Chris is, at this point, goes, hey, Mom, who are you? I'm your son.
I have no son. I only have Billy. My son was stolen by some bitch.
Pretty much. You can see why the wife probably does not like
I know.
this
If I was the wife, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, I'm kind of glad you're dying.
Fuck this gun. But anyway, yeah, old lady's just like, Billy's my son now. And then she says this, which is really creepy. You should never say to a little kid, I wish you could come with me. I'll play a little bit of that.
Yeah.
My son was taken away from me by a woman. This is my son now. Billy, my son.
What's the matter, Grandma?
It will be so lonely. I wish you could go with Grandma, Billy.
Where?
Away, together, the two of us. Just you and me, Billy.
And then she dies, pretty much right in front of him.
And this just shows like the selfishness, like this really epitomizes the selfishness of the grandma character there. Because instead of saying like something like, "Oh, I wish I didn't have to leave you," it's kind of flipped on its head of, "I wish you could come with me," which is really messed up.
This seems kind of like a trope thing. I've seen this in quite a few TV shows and movies of like older women's of this generation kind of doing this, which I would imagine most of the fathers died in like World War II, and they had to raise children and they were single mothers.
I was just wondering about that because she's like, it's going to be so lonely, but like, don't you have your husband waiting for you on the other side, presumably? Like,
I would imagine that a lot of people were of that age were in this predicament where they had to raise kids by themselves. And there's the whole like stigma that comes with being a single mother, raising kids like that. You probably do grow kind of attached, and then you see it in all kinds of like, what do they call them, like mother-in-law zillas or bridezilla type things of like mother-in-laws who like steal the attention from
like the movie
the
Monster
wives
in-Law.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
But I won't go any further into that stuff. But so after the grandma dies, the next shot, Billy's just kind of being a little somber over by the koi pond, and the mom comes in. "Come on, Billy, let's go inside. Go play in your room." And the mom tells the dad, they were close, but they were a little too close. And then the dad's kind of defending his mother, obviously. Like, she was full of sedatives. She was dying. And it's at this point the mom hears Billy talking to Grandma upstairs. She walks upstairs, and she's like, "Who are you talking to, Billy?" And he's like, "Grandma. She wants me to come visit her." Very creepy.
Right? I mean, at this point, again, like, assuming that you're living in the real world, and you're like, oh, okay, well, that sounds a little creepy, but he's probably just playing with his imagination, and he like misses her, and like he's coming up with this whole idea of how to visit her in his head. He doesn't really understand what visiting her would really entail.
Right. And then we go to commercial, and when we come back from commercial, the parents are coming home from the funeral. The babysitter is there, but there's also another guest, Mr. Peterson.
I feel so bad for the babysitter in this. Like, she's trying her best to like make sure the kid's safe, and like it's kind of out of her hands that he ran into the street like a maniac.
For sure, and she's trying to clear her name so hard. It wasn't me, though. I swear to God, it wasn't me.
To be fair, I'd be doing the same thing. Like, I didn't tell him to go run to the street. He was just playing on his phone.
Right. But Mr. Peterson wants to have a talk with Chris because he's just like, "Hey, your son almost got himself killed over here. He ran out in front of my car."
Like, why though? Like, would you feel the need to wait 20 minutes in someone else's house just to tell them they're being a bad parent and like,
It
like,
was
like
very busybody-ish.
Yeah, like, I mean, I get it. At one point, like, you want people's kids to be safe, but at the same time, they're like, it's not your kid. Like, it's an accident. It happened. Get over it. Don't wait 20 minutes in someone's house and then like yell at them. And
I guess it's better than the alternative if he finds out and then he's like, "What the fuck, Peterson? You almost hit my fucking kid." I'd probably want to nip it in the bud too.
Yeah.
Be like, "All right, listen, fucko, if I can keep an eye on your little shit kid." But he's pretty much just like, "And also, you should have a talk with your boy because he said someone told him to do it." And the babysitter answered, "It wasn't me. I swear to God, it wasn't me."
Well, because that's probably what their mind would immediately jump to. Like, you're the only person that's been with Billy all day other than us.
Right. And the mom asks, "Well, what was Billy doing all day?" And the babysitter says, "Well, he was upstairs all day talking on that telephone." And it's at this point that the mom's just like, "All right, what the fuck?"
And it's at this point, too, we actually get like a good shot of like Billy's room. We hadn't seen like much of it up until now. And like his toys are so creepy. Maybe it's just like a 1950s or 1960s thing, but like there's like the blow up clown doll toy.
I don't understand kids' obsession with clowns back then. Like, I feel like that's something like no one wants to have clowns anymore.
Maybe the parents pushed it on their kids and were like, look how cute these are, even though they're like terrifying.
Like, I loved them in the 30s when I went to circuses. But...
yeah.
So anyway, the mom's just like, "Who are you talking to?" And she's just getting very upset with Billy. And it's at this point that the dad kind of has a little heart-to-heart with him, like, "All right, listen, buddy, Grandma died here, and please don't do this in front of Ma anymore." I'll play a little bit of that.
Billy, I know you're just pretending to talk to her on that phone. I know it's just a game you made up, but Billy, for me, don't do it in front of your mother.
Why?
Well, because Just don't, huh?
That could be taken out of context, and he could be like telling 13-year-old Billy this too about jacking off. Please, just don't do this in front of your mother. Why? just don't, okay?
It's creepy, son.
But anyway, we go to that night a little bit later, and the mom and dad are in their bedroom.
Separate beds.
Yep. She's like, "What's the matter? Aren't you coming to bed?" He's just like, I just didn't like seeing my mom that way. And this was almost my second favorite
when he
part.
grabs her by the neck, sort of.
He's just like, "Oh, you're trembling. And then they clearly are about to fuck.
But like just before that, though, like the way he grabs her, like I wrote down like, Jesus Christ, he's about to choke his wife out. Like he grabs her kind of by the neck, but sort of by the face. Like he was trying to go for like a calming, like, oh, like calm down, but like it ended up just being creepy.
I know, he just came off as a fucking
Sex fiend.
So then we're in Billy's room, and he is on the phone with Grandma, laughing. "Oh, Peter Pan." The mom hears this, wakes up from bed, goes into his room, grabs the phone, and we see a look of horror on her face. It's kind of good that we don't hear it, but we can just assume that she actually heard Grandma's voice.
Yeah, I like the less is more on this, where it's kind of, not that it's all implied, because she does later on specifically say that she heard the voice, but I like that whole idea of us kind of not hearing the voice.
And then the dad runs in, and she's just like, I heard her. She was on the phone. And then
Billy runs out.
Yeah, he fucking goes right into the old koi pond.
He drowned himself insanely quickly because the parents notice he's missing after like 2 seconds and immediately run down, and he's already drowned.
I guess. Maybe just went in there and just took a deep breath. Yep, the dad tries to save Billy, and then the next shot, the paramedics are there. And the mom is all distraught, obviously, and she's just like, she took him from me. The dad's like, don't talk like that.
Again, a little confusing. He must not have actually drowned if, like, it probably takes the paramedics, like, a couple minutes at least to get there. Like, if he had actually drowned, like, and he's been dead for several minutes, I don't think you're going to be able to get him back. Right.
And then the dad's pretty much just like, so what are his chances? And they're like, not good. The doctors will be here soon. They'll give something to your wife. I like that part too. Just like, she clearly has hysteria right now.
She needs to
her son's about to die. But
she needs to calm down. Her son's dying. Like, it's not the end of the world.
Rilo, he'll give something to your wife. It's at this point that Chris goes upstairs. He picks up the phone, and I'll play a little bit of this because this is probably definitely the best part of the episode, even though it's kind of spoiled by the long pants thing.
If you really love Billy, give him back. He's only 5. He hasn't even started. He doesn't know anything about going to school, or girlfriends, or wearing long pants, even pitching a baseball. There's a whole world he hasn't even touched.
Other than the long pants thing, that could have been a very moving thing.
There's even a lot more like other moving episodes. I would say in terms of moving, like it's not. It was already like, and then they threw in the line about long pants, and it's like, okay, well, now this is comedy. Like, do they live in Florida? Like, how do your kids not wear pants? Like, if it's at least winter, like, they gotta wear pants.
And I'm pretty sure he was wearing pants here. I don't think he was wearing shorts.
I kept seeing him wearing, like, these lederhosen-looking things. He was, like, overalls or something.
Was he?
Or shorts or something.
So anyway, he pretty much asks his mom, come on, give him back, Ma. And miraculously, the paramedics are like, Billy's fine. He's good. They don't know what happened, but Billy's gonna be just okay. And then Rod brings us out.
A toy telephone, an act of faith, a set of improbable circumstances all combined to probe a mystery, to fathom a depth, to send a facet of light into a dark after-region, to be believed or disbelieved, depending on your frame of reference. A fact or a fantasy, a substance or a shadow, but all of it very much a part of the Twilight Zone.
And that is our episode. Tyler, what did you learn?
Kids don't know anything about wearing long pants.
All right, time for ratings. IMDb currently has this at a 7.5 out of 10. I'm pretty sure we're probably going to be on the same page on this one. Do you want to try and do it at the same time?
Hold on, I'm reconsidering my thing by half a point. All right, sorry about that.
Good. So what do you think? You think you want to try? I think we'd probably be on the same page. I don't think either of us are fucking meh or love it or hate it.
Yeah, I think we'll probably be pretty close.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 5.
6.
All right.
Yeah, pretty close.
6.
Yeah. At first I was like, oh, this is like on par with the Long Distance Call. I'm like, no, it's a step below that.
This one's there's nothing offensively bad about it. There's nothing really good about it. It's kind of just fucking there, just like the other 5s I've given so far.
I mean, like, it's got a clear message, and, like, the characters all make sense. They all do logical things. But, yeah, it's just, It's just a step above,
Who are they? Where are they? What are they? Let's find out together in the Twilight Gnome presents Inside the Twilight Zone.
All right, so this week, again, we have Philip Abbott. He was in an episode last week in The Parallel, the guy that played Chris. Do you know who he was?
He was the general.
He was the general.
Yeah.
What are the odds that we'd have hit the 2 episodes of Twilight Zone that he did back to back?
I actually did not notice that at all until, like, literally 2 seconds ago when you said he was in The Parallel, and I was searching my brain. I was like, who the fuck was he? Yeah,
he was the general in The Parallel, and then he was in this. So out of those 2...
So those are his only 2 episodes?
Yes. I like The Parallel a little bit better than this one.
No.
He was also in a bunch of TV from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. And in the 90s, he did some voice acting, and he was in 3 episodes of X-Men. He did the voice of Nick Fury.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then we have Lily Darvis. She played Grandma. She was a major star in Budapest in Germany in the 1920s. She gave Hitler a handy. Maybe. If she was a big star back there in Germany, she definitely probably rubbed shoulders with him.
Maybe rub shoulders, maybe not rub penises.
I hope they didn't rub penises. She was in 5 Goodyear Playhouses. She was in 1 Playhouse 90. And she was in just quite a few things from like TV from the 60s, 70s, and all that. Then we have Patricia Smith. She played Sylvia. She was in 7 Bob Newhart shows. She was in 4 episodes of Days of Our Lives, 4 episodes of Bold and the Beautiful, and just a lot of TV shows from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, and even 90s, but pretty much just like 1 episode here and there. And then, of course, we have Bill Mumy. He's in 3 Twilight Zone episodes. This is our 2nd. He was in, obviously, It's a Good Life, Long Distance Call, and In Praise of Pip, which we still need to do. He was obviously also in Lost in Space. Lost in Space. He was in Lost in Space. He played Will Robinson.
Really?
In the entire run of Lost in Space. Yep. And obviously he's in the 2000s Twilight Zone episode It's Still a Good Life with Cloris Leachman when he reprises his role as Anthony Fremont.
I keep forgetting Cloris Leachman was in that episode because she does not look like Cloris Leachman at all.
Right. And he's also in Twilight Zone the movie. He has a little cameo in that section in the It's a Good Life remake from the 80s.
Nice.
The original script had Mumy's body found face down in the pond, but Bill Mumy's mother did not want that to be part of this, so the director changed it to just show the dad reaching into the pond.
I feel like it would have been a little too much to show a child's body,
especially
in the
the
water.
60s.
Yeah.
But this was the last of the 6 videotape episodes. The original short story was called Party Line. 2 people tried to sue the Twilight Zone and Rod for plagiarism because of this, which is kind of funny because Rod didn't even write it. This was written by Charles Beaumont, but obviously Serling's the face of this, so they wrote
people
to
that had
him.
no idea what's even going on. Like, we're going to sue you. I didn't even write this.
Right.
Also, Party Line. What an unfortunate name for something that's about death. Yeah, it's weird.
And apparently Charles Beaumont had Alzheimer's at the time. He was in kind of failing health towards the end of the Twilight Zone run here, and people kind of have allegedly said that Rod and maybe even Matheson had to rewrite some of the dad's speech there at the end. So I don't know if like maybe the long pants part was part of Beaumont's and he was just like having Alzheimer's.
And it just
go keep the damn fucking long pants.
It
thing
slipped
in
through and Rod was like, yeah, that makes sense.
I'll give Beaumont one of these, but in total, this episode cost $50,747, which, remember, they did these 6 fucking videotape episodes to save money. And I broke it down in the first one because Night of the Meek only cost like $10,000, but by the time they got to the last one, they were pretty much on the same par. The only thing that is different is that the director received $298, which is fucking insane because usually they got like $1,250.
Yeah, that's a really small amount.
And then the cast received $5,600. So again, pretty close, a little less, but still kind of average. But I don't know why the director was the only one that got fucked because pretty much the story still got paid the same, secretary and producers and all that. But
also, with this being episode 22 of season 2, they should have put the episode 22 as episode 22. That'd been
perhaps.
I don't know.
They probably wanted to air that one also during like Halloween. This was in March.
True.
What'd you say your name was?
What's in the name, Mr. Benedict, really? It's a mere question of semantics. Just language. A mere stretch of words.
So every week, Tyler and I come up with a few alternative titles to the episodes we are watching. I have 6.
I have 5.
All right, I'll go first, and I'll get my debacle out of the way. Dead Dowager debacle.
Dowager?
I had to look up on the thesaurus things for grandma, but a dowager is a grandma.
Good pull. I have the Dial debacle.
Yep. I have Grandma's Boy.
I have the Toy Telephone.
Let Him Wear Long Pants.
I have Calls from Beyond.
Come to Grandma.
I have Dial G for Grandma.
Yep, and my best one is Over the Road and Through the Pond to Grandmother's Arms I Come.
Maybe to Grandmother's Arms I Go would be better than Come.
Well.
And I think this one's the best one, the Twilight Phone.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Switcheroos, you have any?
I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, I have 5.
All right, I have 3, so I'll go first because, all right.
Yep.
Night Call, obviously.
Nightmare as a Child.
Nope, I don't have that. Young Man's Fancy.
No, I didn't have that one. One for the Angels.
Yeah. Ring-a-Ding Girl.
Yeah. The Gift.
Yeah.
And I have Come Wander With Me.
Pretty decent.
All right, so this week there's actually kind of a couple cool references. That tends to happen with the episodes that are more popular. But starting us off, we have, so there used to be a Tower of Terror at Disney's California Adventure before they changed it to Guardians of the Galaxy. And back when that used to exist as a Twilight Zone property, in the line near the end, there was a toy telephone. And next to it was a little plaque that said, perfect for the children's room in those late night calls from Grandma. So that was a cool little nod there on that attraction. And they also have the 1986 sequel Poltergeist 2, The Other Side. In that movie, Carol Ann's late grandmother contacts her through a toy phone. And then there's also another direct reference from the show Supernatural. And it was in a 2008 episode of Supernatural. The episode was also titled Long Distance Call and basically had the exact same plot. A little boy is receiving calls via his toy phone from his dead grandmother telling him to kill himself. So very, very similar. They obviously drew heavily from this episode for that. And then just in terms of other loosely general idea kind of similar things, we have season 5's episode Long Distance Call, which is obviously super familiar, similar to this.
You mean Night Call?
Night Call, yeah, sorry. Did I say? Oh.
You said Long Distance Call, which is this episode.
Which is this episode, yes. Season 5's episode, Night Call. And then also a couple movies that are similar-ish. We got Dead Calling from 2006 and Ghost Phone from 2011.
Decent. All right, so every week Tyler picks the episodes, and he does so by showing me an AI-generated picture. I play a little game where I have to guess what it is, and I have a pretty decent track record. Now, looking at our board, it's probably about time for a Season 1, so I'm guessing it's from Season 1, and it's probably going to be an Other. We're still in the Death Other, I'm guessing.
We are still in Death Other.
I'm going to guess it's 16mm Shrine just because that's what I'm thinking of right now, but I'm hoping it's not because we've had like a month of meh episodes, so I'm hoping something will bring us out of this winter blues here.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. Is it a piano in the house?
Correct.
No.
It's not a terrible. I mean, it's not a good episode. It's not
the winter of meh. It started out so strong with Elegy.
Yeah, this other one's coming that I can be.
All right.
You'll enjoy more.
That is Season 1?
Season 3.
Season 3. All right. All right, next week, a piano in the house. Hopefully we keep our viewers up after 5 weeks of meh episodes. Maybe you guys do enjoy those, though. Sometimes the episodes, obviously, that I don't really care for, some people might be their favorites. So.
Yeah, maybe people love piano.
Yeah. All right. Just a little bit of housekeeping, guys. If you could please continue to like and subscribe on YouTube. Thank you so much to our new subscribers. It means a lot to us. If you're listening to us on Spotify, if you could please give us a 5-star review, that would be awesome. Come on, don't be a dick and give us like a 1-star review. That would really fucking be pretty mean. But yeah, if you could, I don't know if you can comment on Spotify too.
I have no idea.
I think you can on some stuff. But anyway, if you could please give us a good old 5-star review on Spotify, that would be awesome. And can continue to like and subscribe on YouTube and comment and interact if you want to contribute to the new name segment or just put in your 2 cents. We'd love to hear it. We love hearing from you guys. It means the world to us that there are people listening to our podcast. And if you need to get a hold of us for any other reason, you can email us at twilightgnome59@gmail.com. Tyler, for my final question for you.
Yeah.
If you could call one dead person, who would it be?
That's weird. Actually, last night I had a dream where both Grammy and Granby came back from the dead, and we were sitting with them at dinner. It was very strange. I'd probably pick one of them.
I was thinking the same thing. If your grandparents are still with you guys, give them a big hug, because when they are gone, you will surely miss them, as this episode shows us. And hopefully they don't try and contact you from the grave and
tell you
have
to come.
sinister alternative motives. But yes, please enjoy your time with your grandparents while you have them. I think that's the biggest thing we can take out of this episode. Sorry to leave you on a downer like that, but hey, next week, piano in the house.
Yeah.
Fucking super excited.
A piano makes people tell their deepest, darkest secrets and truths.
It's more like that one kind of seems like a cartoon premise.
Yeah, it has a cartoonish villain that's just over the top and ass.
All right. Well, do you have anything else you want to add, thing? Or?
Yeah, thank you all for stepping into the Twilight Gnome with us.
It's 4 o'clock, the howling man is gone. Frisbee's telling stories, Mr. Dingle's strong. There's time enough for the real Martian to stand up. Next stop, will it be little girl is lost? There's something on the wing, Walter Jameson won't live long. Feel like I'm 5 characters in search of exit. Help, I'm slipping into the twilight zone. Luckily on Thursday we leave for home. The chemists came and gave beauty to behold. Where's everybody? Get Axel Tyler on the phone. Now you're listening to the Twilight Zone. Till next Friday night, you won't be alone. Till then, just keep watching your favorite TV show. Take it, Mr. Serling. The Twilight Zone. Listen hard and long. The Twilight Zone. Listen hard and long. The Twilight Zone.
Oh, you're trembling.
Anytime anything's scary, have that sound bit ready. Oh, you're trembling.
Yeah.
The way the paramedic says, yeah.